I just watched Sony's new E3 conference, but how do I cover it? I mean, am I supposed to make up a long video or loads of short ones? Wait. It's time.
I bet you didn't expect this, right guys? Hello YouTube, and today we're talking about the PS4 3. So I made part 1 when the announcement of the PS4 came out. I made part 2 at E3 2013, and here's part 3 in 2014. So this year, there were just so many games, like amazing amounts. Like Jesus. A lot of them looked good, a lot of them I just saw and well, I was my eye on it. So, the conference opened with one of those dramatic trailers. In fact, no, there was before that, there was those annoying people having interviews. Then there was the annoying trailer. Then it opened with a dramatic thing for Destiny. So you're probably wondering, what do I think of Destiny? I think it looks mega cool, man. The fact that they made an MMO FPS, this is just awesome. Massively multiplayer online first-person shooter. What a great idea. It's also made by Bungie, who made Halo, obviously, and it's like, Halo is like the best game ever, they say. I've never played it, so I can't really comment, although my friend says it's good. So I mentioned him in the last video, so he says it's good, I suppose it's good. So is Destiny going to be good? I guess so. Then, yeah. This is the part where I forgot which order they came in, and I'm just going to say random games now. Little Big Planet 3. I've already talked about it in a video that I made yesterday, or, well, it would be yesterday, wouldn't it? And you can look at that. I talk about it for 6 minutes, so I'm not going to talk about it here. Bloodborne, yeah. So Bloodborne, I don't know, it's... The Order 1886. I have seen this game before. I wasn't really thrilled about it. I don't know, the graphics look good, but they are zombie werewolves, so I'm going to buy it now. No Man's Sky. No Sky for Men. It looks like really cool, because they say the place is infinite. It's like Minecraft, except it's a little bit. So basically it's like a high D8. So basically it's like Minecraft, which randomly generates blocks, except it doesn't, because it randomly generates landscapes, I suppose. And you get to discover them, which means every time you go to the planet that I may have discovered, it will tell you that I discovered it. Isn't that great? I'll become rich and famous, and then I'll become the next PewDiePie. In fact, I actually find PewDiePie quite annoying. Yeah, sue me. Infamous First Light, not to be confused with Last Light. Metro Last Light, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's you're experiencing a different part of the story of Infamous Second Son. So this time instead of Delson, it's Fetch, because they like the character of Fetch, and they wanted to tell it in a more. It's DLC as well, but you don't actually have to own the Infamous Second Son. So. Does that make it DLC or does that make it LC? No, that's just vulnerable content. Well, I'm a bit confused. I saw a comment on the conference video which said, gayest game of the conference award goes to Entwined. Basically, it's a game where you're two souls. Souls, are you kidding me? And you're like, you need to be together or something. So, like, you have a certain amount of lifetimes to get together. And you go through patterns and stuff. I don't really follow. It's just too cheesy for me to handle. But Far Cry 4. Now my brother played through Far Cry 3, and he said he didn't choose the ending when you have sex with that person. So, what was he thinking? Like, huh? What? Anyway, here's an interesting feature of Far Cry 4, which I was like, what? You can actually play online with someone on Far Cry 4, even if you don't have the game. That's awesome. So if, like, one of my friends had it, I could just, like, play with them, and I could like, play, and I don't have to own the game. That's awesome. Let It Die. you kill people. I don't really know how else to explain this. Most of the trailer was live action. There were some not live action bits which looked considerably worse than the live action bits, as you can tell. But it's like, if you're gonna have a live action trailer, don't do little snippets of like gameplay trailers, because it's like night and day. I mean, it's like Batman Arkham Knight. This is the first game which actually stunned me visually. I mean, I don't usually get amazed by visuals in video games, because I've seen some good stuff on my brother's PC, because he has some like big gaming rig. But this thing, Jesus. And basically, it's a Batman game in which you be Batman. That's good enough already. Then you fly around in like the coolest Gotham ever. I showed Adam, my brother who has the gaming rig, I showed him the game and he said, it's not as good as some of the visuals you get in Watch Dogs on PC. So then I say to him, do you get to fly around as Batman? And he was like, yeah. So anyway, it looks really cool. I mean, at first, like, you see the metal of his suit, and already that looks cool. My reaction to that was pretty good metal. And then he went outside to the balcony, and I was like, looks pretty good. The buildings and stuff were all quite nice. And then he jumps off, and my actual reaction was, jeez, oh, that looks bloody good. Dead Island 2. The trailer, the music was good. It shows a guy running around with ear things, and he turns into a zombie. That kind of freaked me out. It was funny though, and it looked good, I suppose. And what if Toboscus is going to make a D-Island thing again? Mortal Kombat X. In Mortal Kombat X, you play as the characters from the previous Mortal Kombat games, and you kill them again. The graphics were they were good. There was an unnecessary amount of blood, I'd say, though. I mean, honestly, every time someone lately pinches you, do you go like, although the fatalities were epic. I like the bit where Sub-Zero puts a hole in Scorpion's heart, and his heart comes out and starts beating, and he smashes it. I also like the fact that when you punch someone in the face, their face goes clear, and you get to see the damage to the skull. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, in which you play as a thief in his end. In the story, you play as Drake. Is he Drake? Or is he Jay-Z? So you play as Drake, who hasn't done any thieving business for, I don't know. I don't really know anything about Uncharted, but, okay. So he hasn't done stuff for a while. So he's talking to this guy over some pictures of him loading a gun, and he talks to this guy, and he talks to him, and then he says, one more shot. So this will probably be the last one. So it's an end. It's the thief's end. You see? You know? You're not going to see. Metal Gear Solid 5. This is a V, by the way. It looks like one of those things doing a hand selfie. So what happens in the trailer? I don't know. Even though I make Lego Gear Solid, I honestly don't know anything about the story. I just know that Raiden was naked in the second one, and that's honestly, that's why I made the bad guy the whole series. Metal Gear Solid 3 coming soon. I'm not joking, I've actually been planning Lego Gear Solid 3 for about a year now. So, yes. Then there was Magica 2. I don't know anything about Magica, or the second one. Now let's talk about some of the non-game things that that American guy talked about. PlayStation Now is happening now, or in a few weeks actually. I'm not even sure if it's available here in the UK, but you never know, it might be. So, PlayStation Now, what is it? It allows you to play your PS3 games on your PS4. So I can finally play Guitar Hero on PS4 without having to get through the PS3. Yeah, it's good. I can also play Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, because that came out like right at the end of the PS3's lifetime. And it's like, why? Why didn't you make a PS4 game? Huh? It's coming out in a few months. By the time I got it, it was literally the 21st of December. The 21st. I got my PS4 on the 25th. Although I did finish the story by the 24th. It was a very short story, actually. It was good, though. So anyway, this is talking about the PS4, not about the PS3 and or Ratchet & Clank. Speaking of which, there's a new trailer for the Ratchet & Clank movie. So, Ratchet & Clank movie. The new trailer basically states the thing I feared that this movie would do, starting a new continuity. I really don't like this happening, but if it works, I'm fine with that. But I really don't like the fact that just don't like it. Also, it's got the music from Alpha 1, I think it was. Yeah, it was Alpha 1. So I'm all for that. So there you go. Ratchet & Clank movie. Now, which game developer does this remind you of? No guesses? Rockstar! You see what I did there? So GTA 5... so GTA 5 is coming to the PS4. Yes. It's also coming to the PC, but that's not what I'm doing that. The Last of Us Remastered! In case you didn't get enough Last of Us action, it's now in better HD. I never played the original Last of Us, but my brother Adam, mentioned him again, did. He said it was good, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get it one time. Probably won't. PSTV. Guess it's the Xbox One thing all over again. Seriously though, it's nothing actually much to do with TV. It just sort of plays all your games from previous systems. To be honest, it sort of skipped a section in the video when I was watching the press conference, so I don't really know. And it was part of the video, so I can't help that. It was my iPad or something, because that's a really trusty YouTube player, an iPad 1. One last thing to mention, the thing I care least about, Powers. It's a comic strip. I couldn't care less. Honestly, I couldn't care less. So that ends our video on me talking for, I'd say by the looks of things, right now the video's about 23 minutes, or about 24 actually, and since this is going to be edited, and there's a lot of skips in the video you'll find, or a lot of cuts in the video, so I reckon we're maybe down to 19 to 20 minutes. So bye bye YouTube, and see you next time. Yeah.